Well, more Spider-Man.
That's the start of it. Whoa, more more Spider-Man. Oh, you know the reason why I actually say that is because I know y'all know us by now. You know, laughing and scratching, having a good time, and we had basically like what 2 hours of content with Varel Kethen, nonetheless, and just some crazy shit. And now, and then out of all the things that could have been said, Ace starts off with, well, more Spider-Man. Admittedly, at least it's good Spider-Man. It's not bad Spider-Man. It's not, you know...
Dancing Tobey Maguire?
Yeah! It's not emo Tobey Maguire. We just don't like Tobey Maguire. Which is kind of funny because it didn't start off that way. Like everyone else in their grandma, I don't know about you, Ace, but that bastard, thought Tobey Maguire was going to be the one. He was going to be the one. He was the chosen one. He was my favorite Pokemon character. He was Spider-Man. And then he went emo.
Just after number 1? Yeah. I was pretty much thinking that. After number 2, I thought, yeah, but they could still do better. They didn't do better.
You know, no, they did. They did. They gave us Amazing Spider-Man with the greatest actor in the whole planet, who honestly made me think he had the autism.
Well, when I said they didn't do better,
in the context of that universe, yeah, we're never gonna get a 4, and we don't want a 4 from that particular franchise. Just let it die. Let it stay dead. But on the other hand, the video games have often always done pretty well. I mean, it's fairly well, you know.
A few hits and misses, especially in the especially in the previous and the current generation of consoles, which is now slowly coming to an end. But there have been a good number of Spider-Man games, especially Spider-Man games based on the movies 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. There's Spider-Man Friend or Foe, Web of Shadows,
Edge of Time,
and then we have. You know, the three that we just recently reviewed and are reviewing right now.
Shattered
Dimensions, Amazing Spider-Man, and what you're looking at right up here on the screen, Edge of Time. Now, if you're wondering why Spider-Man 2099 is carrying a very battered, bruised, and beaten, aka Day at the Office.
I was gonna mention, because the answer is quite simple, he's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Whoopi of the Stars, the chew toy of this universe. He is. He is as close to being a normie as it gets for any metahuman, any superhuman. And honestly, he still gets his ass just chewed. What? I'm talking about young cub at a gay bear orgy.
Shut it! Shut it!
Here comes the funny story, or the funny part. No. I'm gonna wonder how many of our people are even now thinking, well, what the fuck were they talking about for the 2 hours that begat that response and the response to that response?
The only way I could answer that is please don't ask.
But on the other hand, you can check it out at Netflix.
Oh my Jesus.
ThePenIsMySword.com, where I'm probably going to post that joke up.
Oh my
I'm just
Jesus.
saying. In fact, I might just devote an entire review to that movie.
Speaking of reviews, let's try and get back to this one, huh?
Edge of Time. So, you know, we often talk about with a Spider-Man game that you always want to combine the free-flowing movement of one and the combat of the other, which I always thought Shattered Dimensions wasn't that one of our finest out there?
Yeah. That was the one that seemed to really put it all together as far as the combat went.
But what was it that we always said? The combat mechanics of... I don't know. Sorry for putting you on blast, I'm just saying. It's just, we always say it.
It's that Amazing Spider-Man had the combat mechanics of, like, Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Yeah. You know, we're probably going to read this or watch this later on and be like, oh yeah, it was that.
Whereas this one... Well, seeing as how, of course, this one came out before Amazing Spider-Man, you know, this one actually takes off really well from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. In fact, even near the start of the game, Peter Parker Spider-Man actually, you know, he actually makes a comment, you know, asking whether or not there were any other Spider-Man aside from just the two of them getting involved in this one.
Well, there's like, what, 4 in Shattered Dimensions? 4
Yeah.
complete? Yeah. You had Spider-Man original, you had Noir Spider-Man, who is still my favorite Batman of them all. 2099, and
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Now, there was a bit of a cast reshuffling for Edge of Time.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, only got 2.
Well, yeah, aside from that...
Oh, voice actors.
Yeah, voice actors. The voice actor for Noir Spider-Man, Christopher Daniel Barnes, was actually tapped to voice Miguel O'Hara in this.
2099.
So he's 2099 now.
Yeah.
Whereas with Amazing Spider-Man, sorry folks, no NPH.
Oh.
He very likely had other engagements at the time, you know, like turning How I Met Your Mother into one of the most popular TV series on the market.
Or just being awesome, which is what NPH does. He's fucking NPH. He could fuck himself, I'm just saying. He's one of the few people out there who could fuck himself, like fuck a clone of himself, and look good. And once again, we're back to the gay jokes, goddamn.
But instead, whom they wound up getting was, well, the way I see it, they still got Spider-Man to voice Spider-Man because
Andrew Garfield?
No, Josh Keaton.
Oh,
AKA the voice actor the guy who provided the voice for Ultimate Spider-Man in Shattered Dimensions, and who you also hear quite a lot of as Spider-Man in the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series. And for those of you that actually main him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, yeah, that's Josh.
You know, I ain't got nothing but love for any franchise that brings back and crosses over even from its own incarnations. You know what I mean? Well, what I'm talking about is like getting the original voice actors from the cartoon series or older video games and have them come back. I may hate Michael Bay with a bloody fucking passion of the Christ. I may hate him for what he did to Transformers, but even I got to admit, it was cool as fuck hearing some of the original voice actors come back and do their thing. You know, was it Shockwave? Soundwave? Yeah. I remember you telling me that was the original. I was like, holy shit. That's the original. Soundwave.
Yeah, Soundwave was one of the originals. Friggin' Optimus Prime, of course.
Yes. I mean, and that's cool. If you can get that cast and put them on the cartoon series, even Prime, I would say go for it. Not that I even watch Prime. If they brought in people from Beast Wars, I would have been completely happy with that. But I'm just saying, it's always a good thing. When you do that, it's good.
It's a good nod to the fans, and honestly, both Keaton and Barnes turn in fantastic performances here in Edge of Time. In fact, let me go ahead and get this started for you real quick.
I was about to suggest that. So it's like, hey, let's do this. Let's hear it.
I mean, you guys have been, you've been sitting there watching Spider-Man carrying beat up ass Spider-Man for long enough.
Stop touching yourself.
Oh my God, really?
It's not gay. It's masturbation.
Oh, and of course, since this actually has chapter select, that'll make it that much easier for me to actually showcase various parts of the game for you guys.
Cool. Now, being a Spider-Man game, I like to just throw it out there that the players, the gamers, are going to expect certain things. Does this really deviate from the Spider-Man formula of unlockable power-ups, the Shatter? You said this was very strongly played off of Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah, and this actually carries on that tradition very well as far as unlockable power-ups, upgradable combos. I mean,
your prize wasn't your your reward will be clothes.
I mean, hell, the Web of Challenges makes its return from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Good. I fucking like that one.
So yeah, you can just again go through complete various tasks during each of the chapters, and of course, excuse me. And of course, you unlock, different prizes. You unlock, again, like extra outfits for the characters, upgrades as far as like attacks. And between the characters, you've got your shared abilities like web navigation. Strengthening your web shots.
Somebody really likes his web shots. Like that. You just had to have that web shot from one scene.
But then they actually differentiate in the gameplay between Amazing and 2099 with specializing abilities for each of them. Like, for example...
Well, standard character boosts,
Yeah.
Stamina.
And unlocking special moves and stuff. Now, with Amazing Spider-Man, again, you see that, he's more of a... he's more of a distance and speed type character.
So ranged and agility, speed.
Whereas, oh wait a minute, no, I take that back. Amazing Spider-Man is actually the power character in this one.
Whoa, that's actually slightly unexpected.
Yeah, it's 2099 who specializes more in speed and I guess in deception, as is shown with his accelerated decoy. Where you can actually like slow down time around him and leave behind decoys for the enemies to attack.
After images.
But he can also actually accelerate so fast that, again, it's like time is slowed down, and when like certain projectiles are coming in, you can actually there we go, accelerated vision. Basically, you can use that to actually, like, say if there are missiles coming in at you, you can use accelerated vision and then trigger the decoy to dodge it.
Well, let's get it on.
I'll go ahead and start this back. Well, that right there is mostly cutscene. Well, you know what? Let's
hear it. Let's do it.
Yes. It'll overwrite the last checkpoint, but let's go.
So, question: is there? Oh, and I do like the little did you knows. If you're not really a fan of the comics, but you still want to play this game, it can get you some information that a comic nerd would actually correct it, probably. Damn! Good morning,
Eddie,
Starshine.
This isn't you!
No choice.
Eddie! You're not a killer anymore, don't you
Wait,
get
is that
it?
Eddie Brock?
You're not in your right
Yeah.
mind.
Anti-Venom is Eddie Brock.
I didn't even realize that.
You can't keep dodging.
Ow. What?
Oh, Jesus. Ow.
Maybe you should press square for melee attacks. I should get paid $50 downtown for this.
No. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. What's that about? Web assault. Wow. So what is all this going on here? Ace with the technical details.
I'm not boarding this train, Eddie. Be sure not the engineer driving it right now.
So is this?
Parker, just hold them off another few seconds.
So this is the end of chapter 1 right here.
This.
You can't.
Oh, there you go. There he is being battered.
Drag this out.
Oh!
You had no reason.
I didn't need a reason other than to make it easier to kill you.
O'Hara, it looks like you called it.
Finish.
Ouch!
Parker, are you there? Peter!
Okay. Wait, so is this how the game starts?
Yes.
Son of a... That wasn't even the end of chapter 1!
No,
Talk about
that's
hit it.
the prologue.
Wow!
The basic story behind this is that, well...
Back to the future.
Well, the basic story behind this, the basic premise behind it is
trying
that
to tell myself that I'm just jealous of Walker Sloan's progress.
Peter
It was only
Parker
5 years
winds
ago
up,
he first showed up at
well,
Alchemax talking about
he winds up
harnessing energy
dying,
from the 4th dimension.
getting his ass
Now he won't stop
killed.
until
As we
Lonnie
just
is.
saw.
I know his type.
And
He's
doing
thinking
so,
beyond Alchemax, aiming
and
towards
in
who
doing
knows
so,
what.
screws up the
The
future.
exact type of
A lot.
monster I've sworn to rein in.
Like wiping shit out of
Especially if he's mucking
existence.
with time travel. The year 2099 might not be much.
It just dawned on me. His name is Miguel
He's
O'Hara.
not going to change it.
I was about to say, that guy's pretty Caucasian for a Mexican. And then it's like, oh wait, no, Miguel O'Hara.
He's
Oh.
been siphoning Alchemax
Mexican
resources
Irish.
and converting the gateway,
That's
the
pretty
old
interesting
virtual
combination.
unreality lab, into something else. Something
That
dangerous.
wingsuit. You know,
tried talking, but he's got
I
no
have
time
the
for
nostalgia
it.
goggles on, and I can't help it. The sequence with 2099 and Shattered Dimensions, you know, when you're doing the free fall battle against what's his face, come on, that shit was awesome. Spider-Man, Spider. You know, if I was a Spider-Man, yeah, a Spider-Man, I would sing that song to myself every now and then. It'd be like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
And drags everyone and everything
Something
down
else
with it.
Spider can.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, he just opened a tuna can. Yeah, for anyone watching this, please, I implore you, check out Josh Keaton's channel. He actually has 2 videos up of himself doing Spider-Man voiceovers to all the various Spider-Man games that are out.
Spider-Man fucking macros.
And it's awesome.
Yes. Come at me, bro. Oh, that is beautiful. Did you see that? Because I just saw that.
I see they've been keeping busy in the cybernetics division.
Needless to say that
shocking robots down there.
Needless to say, the title card, the title card cut in, the credits cut ins all throughout the beginning are just, it's innocuous almost. You know, it's almost that you blink and you miss it, but when you see it, it's like, dude, that's kind of cool. Because it doesn't interrupt the flow of the game, and that is pretty much what all the Spider-Man games are about.
Yeah.
Establishing a good flow, a good enough flow to where you feel like you are actually in the web-toed spandex or
in the tights,
you know, or the
bodysuit,
cybernetics, or whatever have you.
Without that department,
I would like to point out,
the man I am today.
you know, cause since you already jumped on the audio, I'm gonna jump on the visuals. This is I'm not gonna say marked improvement compared to Shattered Dimensions, but there is an improvement. I can't quite put my finger on it where. Maybe it's the camera work. Maybe it's the cutscene. This is the cutscene, and you know, it actually looks more like the gameplay itself. And that's pretty fucking. That's always good to me.
Sloan's
that's always
gotta be
good
around here somewhere. I just know it.
Now, you know what? Sorry, I kind of want to skip this part because it's mostly just like.
Wait, can you skip the cutscene?
This isn't a cutscene.
Oh shit!
Carpet their air ducts for extra.
No wonder you went so quiet. You kind of looked like you were about to say something, but you didn't know how. Wait, so stop moving. Ah! That's cool! That's so cool! That is so stupidly cool!
And yeah, it doesn't matter which way I move the stick, he'll keep moving forward in this one.
As long as you just keep moving. That's cool. It's I'm not gonna say it's a cheap ploy to make you feel like you're into it, because no, you're in it. You move the motherfucker. But it is nice to see any video game establish a good rapport with its player, you know what I mean?
Holographic assistant.
Different than Tron, because Tron is always a bad game idea.
Hello, Joseph. Run a final.
Seriously, Tron is always a bad game idea.
Oh, and yes, yeah, that Sloan's voice, yes, Val Kilmer.
Oh, awesome! Dude, remember that horror movie we saw Val Kilmer in? And we're like completely shocked because he was a bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a Traveler or something like that? Yeah. Whatever, it's got Mad Margit and it's the voice of Sloan. That's fucking cool.
Slow down.
Poto, give me some eggs or something.
Don't want to get caught here.
And yeah, just playing through this segment with, you know, future Spidey doing his little, you know, monologuing to himself, you know, just as you're going through it. That right there is another thing that really helps put you in the game, because
I knew he was up to something.
You know, yeah, you know he's talking to himself, but it seems like he's really talking to you, talking to the player.
You know, funny story. I don't know if we mentioned it in the previous Spider-Man game or we were mentioning Deadpool, who is another well-known monologuer, amongst other things. But that's always been an issue with comic to video game translations. And this is something that's come up before. I mean, I don't know, maybe our audience, who I should have scared off about half of them with the whole reference I was making earlier, by the way. The third half, that half, yeah, our usuals. The ones that usually go, oh, that bastard said it, I'm gone. Literally, I think we do have people who listen for 5 minutes until you or I, not just me, you have said shit too in the past. I'd like to point out that you said you did it on purpose. On purpose, but no. Suffice it to say, there has always been that issue about the comic to video game translation and getting the monologues to be organic, to be as to that rapport. Once again, that rapport between the player and the game versus the reader and the comic. I'm just saying, and I do like what I'm hearing here. I do like what I'm seeing. In before comments is dead ass.
And what I think is actually kind of cool about this segment is that it's basically, whoa, it's basically something of a movement tutorial. You know, something that, again, just
oh crap! I think that was the you're supposed to lose segment.
No, actually, it'll give you a chance to retry
More
it
like
again.
a spider. I think it picked me up. Gotta get out of range.
Bioscan sequence initiated.
Yeah, let's just get this done.
There's that.
And then run across the hall.
That.
Whoa, again?
There's that. And then that.
Ah!
There we go.
Gateway room access granted, Mr. Sloan.
Uber security system engaged.
He's heading for
Did we
his
pick up
time
something? It's
research
probably
lab,
just
all
fluke.
right.
Do it
There's
again.
an access point near the generator.
You know, then again, I also don't want to play a game where it's, you know, bioscan initiated. Did we catch something up there? No? Just in case, kill it. What? You die, restart the game? Nigga, this ain't Kid Chameleon? What the fuck? God, I remember when Kid Chameleon and the Ninja Gaiden games were like the hardest games of all time. I remember when Nintendo was nothing but the hardest games of all time. So what are you picking up there? What are these purple orb things?
Those little energy balls are basically like experience points. Experience points that I could pick up.
Yeah, don't forget, Sonic must always collect gold rings.
Yep.
And Shadow must always collect watermelon.
Wow.
I'm not the one who made it! Or ruined the franchise. Ugh.
Ready in 60 seconds.
No way.
And I do mean ruined the franchise for the record.
There we go.
You ever wonder what Mario will ever do with the gold coins? Like you would have thought, but then again, I've been seeing some Princess Peach porn lately. That's like,
Oh,
yeah,
my
that's
Jesus.
why he chased after her. That's why Bowser jacked that ass. That ass is sweet.
But
gameplay wise, how does it feel,
It's
Ace?
almost fully charged, and I don't have a clue how to shut it down. Only chance is to get to the
Whoa.
lab before it's too late.
okay. There we go. Oh, come on.
So how does it feel, Ace? The gameplay.
Well, it's taken me a little bit to get used to, seeing as I haven't touched this in God knows how long.
You got a point there.
But-
Hey, see me getting to it pretty fast. Except for that part.
If I don't
It's
get
good.
there in time, he could
That's
actually
cool.
pull this off.
Now,
Go into the
of
past,
course,
it's-
tamper with who knows what.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's solid.
But as always, I gotta compare it to something else. In comparison to Shattered Dimension, which is, from what I'm seeing, is like what I guess we would consider to be one of the finer Spider-Man games out there.
In comparison to Shattered Dimensions, it actually
Whoa.
keeps up with what Shattered Dimensions has established, and in a way fine-tunes it.
That's cool. But in other words, it's an actual freaking sequel. Now, my biggest issue in question is, does it give more or does it take away? I mean, we have 2 less Spider-Mans, I'd like to point out. Spider-Mans. Wouldn't that be
Almost at
Spider-Man?
Walker's lab.
But yeah, two less Spider-Man doesn't.
Equal less content.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because you're a grinding maniac, that's why.
Yeah.
It's okay, I do the same thing. Is there stuff? Oh, it's my stuff.
It's like, ooh, stuff?
That's
Stuff?
my stuff.
I want stuff. Stuff is good. And then there, of course,
Oh, yes! Damn it, I wish I kept going.
Get back here!
Sloan! Tentacles. I see where this is going.
No.
And then,
Like I said,
whoa.
Parker dies. Shit gets real.
Sun returns to the Negaverse. Straight up fucking Darkwing Duck. Alchemax! That's actually kind of badass. I'm just saying. That's kind of badass.
It's changed. Everything's
Statue of
changed.
Liberty for me.
What? It didn't start here. It started back then. Back around Peter Parker's time.
Now, like I said, even though, I mean, I do like the fact they kept the design for 20... I mean, it's not like they're going to change the design, but you never know. Sometimes people get the sequels and they get stupid.
Newspaper man in the city that realizes what a menace that webhead is?
Yes!
Indoor voice? Okay.
Double J, my nigga!
People lionizing that freak. Next thing you know, there'll be a musical about him. With a chorus line of...
Hey man, it's satanic strength. That's spider strength. You say it your way, I say it mine. Question. You get a chance to fight or have sex with the Black Cat. Alchemax.
Go see a show.
Yes.
MJ, I would love to.
Yes,
but
question
I'm
mark,
working with Dr.
hopeful?
Oxford in the genetics lab on a DNA project. I had to download a sample of my own
Oh,
DNA into the
wow.
permanent Alchemax genetic files.
What?
I'm still waiting for some test results.
That's one way of getting rid of the Peter Parker.
Okay, so 100 years from now, we can clone you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, how about I come there and we grab a late dinner afterward? Okay,
I just got to keep...
Sure,
Wait,
it's okay.
no!
Anything for you, Bill.
No!
When you call me.
No! I can see this coming. I can see this coming. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I was right. I conned this one, didn't I?
That lunatic actually did it, and I saw it.
No? Ah, son of a bitch. I won't say what I thought it was, but Ace shook his head, so if I say I was wrong. And by con it, I mean Ace for my birthday, him and his chica took me out to watch Star Trek Into Whiteness, the whitewashing of Khan, and I accidentally called it when I figured out which character it is, and I was like, oh my god, I was just joking around. I look at Ace and I realize, oh wait a minute, that's him, isn't it? Suffice to say, it's the last person you'll ever thought it was. Mainly because he's so fucking Irish pale. Seriously, he looks like one of the albinos from Matrix 2. Damn, those combos. So starting off, do you start off like superpowered, or is it just looks that good because you've been grinding forever?
Mostly because of that.
Ah! Results may vary for your start, but still worth it from the look of it. Jesus, look at all the fireworks. So, anything like secondary items in this one? I forget. Or is it just you and your web shooters?
It's you and your ribs.
No complaints from me.
I hate this place.
That line.
Done.
Stop. Stop that. You don't get to do that. What's that spider? Well, gameplay-wise, you know what? I know I keep beating this dead horse, but, you know, you can't really do any worse than Arkham Asylum or freaking Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Or hell, even Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, honestly, you're Spider-Man. What kind of secondary weapons do you really fucking need? I mean, the only thing that I would want to do personally is pick up a truck and hit something with it. But admittedly, I will say this much. I will ask this much, and I will ask of you, the Blazing One himself, this much. Are there any free fall battles in this? Because Shattered Dimensions really upped that ante, you know.
There are some free fall segments. I forget whether or not they're actually like, battles or. I mean, jeez, I know there's one portion.
With you at the point in time it was taken.
I know there's one portion where you're actually like,
we have almost no time.
you know, basically free falling down
until you're killed.
Actually, there's a part where you are basically free falling down the main building of Alchemax itself, like down the innards of the building.
Down. Oh, cool! Title card!
years before it was
Oh wow!
established.
This is a game that just
Transforming
keeps
your
on
world
giving.
and mine.
But I work for
Well,
Alchemax. You're saying that
looks like we
somehow-
just about hit the half-hour mark. So
At this point in
for the
time,
next
you
on
were
the next
living
part, let's actually go a
pictures
little
for
bit
J.
deeper
Jonah
into the
Jameson.
gameplay, audio, and visual. You know,
The
really,
late night ranting
really
TV
dig
news
in.
guy?
Really fillet it.
Yeah. So until then, we'll see you in the next part.
Catch you guys when you get back.